the Radio Forest podcast.
Good morning. How are you guys doing?
Doing pretty good, man. PBR, the Pendleton Whiskey Velocity Tour, January 30th, 31st, Ford Idaho Center. Have you been to Idaho before?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I've been there for the Nampa event as a Velocity Tour and also as an Unleash the Beast Tour, but I've also been there for the Snake River Stampede.
Oh, yeah, right on. A real big event here. Now, you've been bull riding for a while. Where are some of your more favorite arenas or towns to visit?
Nampa. Right off the bat, Nampa.
Oh, come on.
You can't beat the crowd, and you can't beat that venue at the Idaho Center.
But tell me about growing up. You're coming from Horsetown, but then you go to Pismo Beach, which I don't think is well known for being a big rodeo town, right? It's more like wineries and beaches. So, I mean, do you start out mutton busting? Is that how it starts?
Yes, sir. My parents took my youngest brother and I to the fair when I was 3 years old, and they had a bull riding and a mutton busting, or the sheep riding. I saw it and asked my folks if I could do it, and they said, yeah. Took me down. I got on a sheep, and, fast forward 27, 28 years later, here we are.
So was your family involved in the farm life at that point, or was that a big switch and change for your parents? Was it kind of already familiar to you and your family?
No, sir. I'm the first cowboy in my family. My dad is a retired Marine and current law enforcement, and my mom comes from a background in the South, fishing and hunting. My granddad did deep sea fishing and guided hunts. It was new to the family, but fast forward now, and everybody's pretty involved.
Now, if your dad is a former Marine, he's had to have given you crap on your hair, right?
Oh yeah. He still does, but the only thing that I can tell him is, hey, I haven't been on your feed bill for a long time, so
my hair's my hair.
Say anything about it.
Have you done any hunts with your grandfather then? What kind of hunts does he do?
No, sir. Unfortunately, he passed away when my mom was a teenager, so I never got to meet the man. But that whole side of my family, I've got two brothers that they live over in Florida, and they're regular fishermen, not so much big into hunting, but I get to go out and visit family and go out on the boat and fish, and pretty good time.
I know you've had a shoulder injury in the past. Have you had any other times that you've been busted up or have gotten injured? I mean, it's a pretty dangerous sport.
Yeah, I mean, it's bull riding is one of those deals to where if you can't deal with pain and not just deal with it, but manage it and keep doing your job through it, you probably shouldn't pursue this as a profession. But it's easier for me to tell you what I haven't broken and injured than it is for me to tell you what it is. Currently, I'm nursing a fractured jaw and 2 broken ribs.
I mean, is that almost always just kind of falling off and landing, or is it more than that? Are there different ways to get injured?
I mean, there's all kinds of ways to get injured, from the buck and shoot to the bull ride to the get off to getting away from one. So there's all kinds of ways to get injured, but there's also all kinds of ways to avoid it and perfect your own performance and mitigate those risks.
Now, how about fatherhood? Has that changed how you ride or how you travel now that you're married with a kid of your own?
Oh, it's changed a little bit of how I travel. I don't spend as much time gone from home anymore. I used to take a day before the event to get there and just kind of hang out and prep some and maybe catch a later flight out on Sunday home. Now I fly in as close to the event as I can, and I fly out immediately afterwards, and I want to get back home to mama and that little man. As far as my riding, I mean, it's given me a new drive. I get on with more purpose than just taking care of myself and my wife now.
Did you guys have your own brand at your wedding?
Oh, yes, sir. My wife and I have a cattle company, Broken Arrow AB Cattle Co. We raise buck and bulls as well as some beef animals. At our wedding, we had gotten our joint brand finalized and registered not long before that. So we branded a piece of hide with our joint brand as part of the ceremony in our wedding.
What are some of the bulls that are with the PBR that you're going to ride, or some that you're like, that's the big one, that's the guy I'm after, that's the Mount Everest of the PBR for me?
There's a few up there. I guess it's 50-50. Some guys don't want him and some guys do want him, but he's the reigning world champion bucking bull of Manhater. I'm aiming for him because when I get him, I'm going to win. That's just facts of the matter. So for me, I'd rather have I'd rather have those world champions. I'd rather have those contenders for the world champions than I would something that's just going to, be middle of the road.
Yeah, if you go to the PBR website, you can see pictures and bios of all the riders and the bulls. So I think Manhater's number one when you select bulls. I do have a question, Aaron. I don't quite know the inner workings of this part of the PBR, but tell me how the teams work.
So the season is split in half with the individual season and then the team season taking up the other half of the year. The team season is, a lot like other professional sporting events that have teams involved. The riders are drafted by the coaches and management, and then the teams compete against each other ride for ride, and the total aggregate score of the team versus the other one at the end of that game is the winner.
You've got the finals coming up. I believe they're in Fort Worth, Texas, coming up in May. What do you have to do to get there?
Oh, shoot. I mean, that one there is pretty simple. I just do my job and ride bulls. From the scoring to the point system and all of that, I mean, that's out of my hands. They pay people to push those numbers and wear those vests and stop that stopwatch at the right time. So I just do what I can and ride bulls.
What do you do to stay in bull riding shape? Because like anything you do, whether it's football, bull riding, or golf, obviously your diet, your sleep, your exercise is going to make you just a little bit better. How does that affect your bull riding, and how have you seen that change throughout your career as a professional bull rider?
Oh, shoot, I assume just like life, with age, things, injuries and recovery isn't as fast and so on and so forth. So I myself, to stay sharp, I get on bulls every week. I get on practice bulls, whether it be here at my house or at a buddy's house or go somewhere. And that's, whether I'm going to a pro rodeo on the weekend or a PBR. And then day to day, I just run our ranch here, and then I get some light body weight workouts in every day just to kind of keep some stamina up. That way when it comes time where it's like, hey, you're getting on 2 tonight, getting on 4 tonight, getting on 6 tonight, it's not a problem for me. So
you'll get on 6 bulls in one night. Is that what you're saying?
I have before. There's times where, they offer a double entry to an event. I had bulls in the event also, so I was double timing it as a bull rider and stock contractor. I had double entered, and it was a 2-header, so I got on 4 bulls in the long round, and I made it back to the short round in both spots, and I got on 2 more bulls in the short round.
Can you compete just as a bull owner? If your bull is doing good and throwing guys off, are you getting paid for that bull?
So the stock contractors, bull selection for the PBR, because there's hundreds and thousands of stock contractors throughout the world, and there's even more bulls. These guys are vying to get their bulls in there and get paid to take their bulls, and then from there's also other incentives for them to compete within the American Bucking Bull Incorporated organization, with everything from yearling bulls all the way up to, their older bulls that are going to the PBRs. So there is opportunity there. There's a lot of people that do it.
Aaron, welcome back to Idaho, man. Thanks for chatting with me today.
Oh, of course. Thank you guys for having me on, and I cannot wait to be back in Nampa.